Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video. We're a bit later today. Sorry, I'm a little bit speechless. We're a little bit later today because the core set for 2026 has been revealed. It will go live sometime in March with the next expansion, so you don't have to worry about it right now. But for the first time in 11 years, the first time in Hearthstone history, as the great Drew McIntyre would say, I prayed for this and it happened. Shadowstep is leaving the core set. It will not be in standard, and I have just lost half of my content about complaining about this one card. But I'll probably have to be on the defense because people are gonna blame me for this. But also cards like Brawl, Corpse Explosion, all leaving the core set. There's a dev explanation as to why, but this is a major shakeup. Plus, there's a bunch of new cards. There are a bunch of new cards, legendary cards that will be available. They're going to be free, part of the core set. So we're going to go through the entirety of the core set, celebrate Shadowstep's demise, or if you're a Shadowstep fan, I'm sorry, but not that sorry, but I am a Canadian, so a little bit sorry. And as always, if you enjoy the content on the channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like as it helps the channel out a lot. Plus, you know, that expansion announcement, it's probably coming pretty soon and probably on the 9th, and we'll have a giveaway and all that good stuff. There was a blog to go along with the year of announcement, which by the way, we have the year of the Scarab. It's going to be the year of the Scarab. And yeah, the big shakeup is staples step aside. We are removing a variety of high impact cards to open up new design space and give classes the chance to explore fresh strategies without being tied to older dominant effects. Swipe, I don't know about that one, but Brawl, absolutely. Corpse Explosion, absolutely, which has been in since day one when Death Knight debuted, are just a few examples. One of the biggest changes is the removal of Shadowstep. It gets its own line because they know people are going to be one way or the other. They're going to be happy, you know, like me, or furious, like, you know, rogue players in particular that have defended this card to the death. Anyways, a card that has shaped Rogue since the very beginning of Hearthstone, and we are excited to see how the class grows once this iconic staple disappears into the shadows. So we have the 4 there. We're not going to go through the rest of the blog because they go over like the new cards and stuff, and I have a better graphic to look at for that. So basically we could take a look at class by class. The left is what's leaving and the right is what's coming back. So Death Knight gets a huge shakeup. They are losing Stitch Giant, Horn of Winter, Vampiric Blood, the triple blood card. It's pretty good. It's been there since day one as well. Deathbringer, Sourfang, never really seen play. Again, Corpse Explosion and Soulbreaker, which doesn't see a lot, but a giant shakeup there. What are they gaining? Well, they're getting Bone Guard Commander, Corrupted Ashbringer, a brand new card. Let's take a quick look at that, go into a little more detail. In consumption, a 4 mana double blood spell. You deal 3 damage to 2 random enemy minions. So a cleave style effect. You draw a card for each that dies. So this could possibly be 4 mana, kill 2 minions, draw 2 cards. It's only 3 damage, and like divine shields and stuff can mess with that, but be interesting. It's got the steep requirement of double blood, but card draw typically is pretty lacking in Death Knight, and Sanguine Infestation no longer being 4. Maybe it's something worth considering. It's certainly something I wouldn't scoff at. I'd probably rate this like a 3 out of 5 in standard, just because removal card draw, always potential. It's just how well will it line up. Could be a meta dependent card as well. So yeah, I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5 in standard, a 2 in wild. And Alexandros Mograine returns. So triple blood still has a card, and now it has the end game payoff, although Vampiric Blood is definitely the better of the 2 cards. But Alexandros Mograine returns, and not discoverable, actually. It's a triple rune card. I was about to say you could discover it, but yeah, it's a pretty big one. We've mentioned that as maybe a card you'd like to see come back. And Death Knight gets another new card in Death's Advance, a 2 mana double frost spell. You freeze a character and discover a spell. So you can freeze the enemy hero, you can freeze a minion, you can freeze your own hero if you really want, and you discover a spell for 2 mana. Probably not that great. I feel like at 1 this would be a decent card, could see play, but at 2 not super sold on it. It's also double frost, so it's pretty like limited in what you can play it in. So probably give this like a 1 in standard, a 1 in wild. Like discover a spell's worth like a mana, freezing a character is worth like half a mana, or like not even a mana, right? So I don't know, I just don't think it's enough to warrant an inclusion, but we'll see. And Corpse Farm returns, which I guess could help out the Deathlight quest that is absolutely terrible and needs support for the actual terrible reward, which this does not address at all. For Demon Hunter, they're losing some impactful cards, mainly just 1, but well, 2, I guess. Immolation Aura leaves, which has always been decent, sees a bit of play here and there. Gnarg, Glavesmith, Wayward Sage. Tusk Piercer's the big one, though. This tutors like Blob and Ravenous Fellhunter. That is a very significant hit, considering like every deck basically plays that outside of, I think, well, even Cliff Dive. No, they all run that card. So that's a big hit to Demon Hunter. And Zai the Incredible leaves, which was never super relevant, but a pretty cool card. What are they gaining? Well, they're gaining a brand new legendary demon, Tichondrius, a 9 mana 9/8 demon. Your hero is immune. So this basically, it's like Melganis, right? Your hero is immune while this is alive on the board. So you cannot die until they kill this or silence this. Battle Cry, your next demon this turn costs 0. So you could play Tichondrius and cheat out a big demon to go with it. So your hero's immune, and you also have a 9/8 and yeah, whatever other big thing you can get. And this is a demon, so you can discover this off the location for no minion Demon Hunter 2. So probably give this like a 4 out of 5. Like it is 9 mana, but you could, I mean, I guess you're not really cheating out anything that big, but regardless, you're getting a 9/8 that has a constant effect going. Plus you can get other stuff going in. Again, I think it'll be an insane discover, right? Off that location. You get this for 0, cheat out something else. That could be pretty good. Mythical Terror returns. Netherwalker might be actually pretty decent if the pool of demons is pretty low to start the year. So it's a possibility. Eardar, Deceptor, and Wrath Spike Brute returns. And this card is actually getting buffed. It originally was a 2/6, and now it is a 3/6, and probably still pretty unplayable. For Druid, they're not gaining any ramp. They are losing, though, Swipe, Thickhide Kodo, Park Panther, Witchwood Apple, less trait support for the card that has no trait support, and Greybow, which is pretty relevant on like those copy decks, although they don't really play it, but I've seen some play there. So Greybow will be leaving. However, we're getting some pretty cool additions in Crystal Merchant, which was only really good at the old Doom quest, right? Underking, Savage Striker, Boomkin, and a brand new legendary for Druid, Ulfar. It is a 6 mana 4/3 minion. Battle Cry, give your other minions Death Rattle, summon a minion with this minion's cost. So basically whatever you attach this to should come back with a minion of its cost. So you hit like a 1 mana treant, you should get a random 1-drop, I believe, right? And it's your other minions. It does not work on itself, so you don't just get a 6-drop. So pretty good in a tokeny deck that just wants to stick on the board. Then you can buff it up maybe and kill your opponent, or maybe you cheated out some big stuff and then you could slap that on there. Maybe you have some copy location stuff going on. Very win more snowball-y card, but maybe there's a shot for it. I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 5 in standard, a 1 in wild. Although with giants and stuff where they get down to 0 and you play Ulfar, that could be something to consider, but probably not quite making the cut. Just off the top of my head, I don't see it, but you never know. Hunter, they are losing Deadly Shot, Master's Call, Tearscale Stalker, Ice Trap, Barak, Kodobane, and Varanus, all leaving the standard core set. What are they getting? They're getting Call of the Wild, Pressure Plate, Head Hunter's Hatchet, and they are also buffing the crap out of Halazi. Halazi is now 1 mana cheaper at 4 mana, 1 more attack at 4 attack, and also has Rush. And this fills your hand with 1/1 Lynxes that have Rush. And what's important to note is the new quest, right? For Hunter and Warlock, you want to fill your hand. this is a way to immediately fill your hand. So that quest gets some support there. We also have augmented Porcupine, which could be good with like Imbue and buffs, and Dragonbane returning to standard for a little bit there. Mage, I feel like it's got, dude, Mage is rough. Mage is rough. They're losing Artificer, really good armor gain, Glyph, really good Discover for quest, Firelands, Portals, whatever, Geysers, whatever, and Caligos, which sees play like the minion Discover Mage, right? What are they gaining? Well, they're gaining First Flame, which is a great card. Could definitely see play. Kagdar, which was only good with Conjurer's Calling, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Deep Freeze, which you'll note has been buffed from 8 to 7 mana. Runed Orb, and Astromancer, which I don't know if this has been buffed. I don't think so. Battlecry, summon a random minion with cost equal to your hand size. So nothing too great for Mage. It feels like a downgrade for them, and again, Mage is struggling right now, so that first set for Mage is going to be really important. Paladin is losing some Murloc support, and some people will be very happy. They're losing Red Scale Dragon Tamer, not about that, but Crusader Aura. It's first time it is leaving since it was introduced when they removed secrets and added auras to be a staple for Paladin. Reddit, you can celebrate that one. Under Light Angling Rod, Bronze Explorer, and Anachronos. That one's pretty big. That sees play. Will be leaving for Paladin. What will they be gaining? Well, they're getting Battle Vicar, which is a Battlecry Discover Holy Spell. They also gain High Lord for Dragon, which is very good if you got Divine Shield stuff going on. Veteran War Medic Coghammer from GVG, and the Ivory Knight. So Paladin feel like they kind of lose out with losing Anachronos and Crusader's Aura, but they got some pretty decent stuff. Priests lose some of their only good cards. Ship's Chirurgeon, Spirit Guide, Thrive in the Shadows is a big one. Light Bomb, and Madame Lazul. What do they gain? They need some real help, and yeah, I don't know. Crystal Smith Cultist, I guess in a shadow deck. Priest of the Anchi, which has never seen play. Initiation, which I'm surprised isn't buffed to 5 mana. Devouring Plague's a decent card that could definitely see some play. And a brand new Priest Legendary, which I believe they accidentally misspelt Menethil. That'll be corrected at a future date. 6 mana, 4/5, Undead, Battle Cry. You resurrect your highest cost minion that died this game. Thankfully, Mothership is rotating, so this isn't another way to get Mothership, but yeah, get a big minion back. That could be really nice, and it's only 6 mana. Maybe that's good in some kind of Res Priest, or get an Ultra Gigasaur, I don't know. But overall, another cool new card that Priest players can try and make work. It's been pretty rough. Of course, with Rogue, as we mentioned, Shadowstep leaving, Undercity Huckster, Raiding Party, pretty big deal. Hench Clan Burglar, Eviscerate leaving, a big deal. And I'm sad. I'm sorry. I'm happy about Step, but Tess leaving, she's been around quite a long time. But yeah, it is kind of sad to see Tess go. I wouldn't be surprised if she comes back at some point, but she has been in that core set for quite a while. Rogue does get Shadow of Demise, which is just another copy of one of your spells, but just always really good. Although not another copy of Shadowstep, I'll just say. You can get Prep, though. You could prep your Prep. That's pretty useless. You could get, they're also getting Shiv, which remains at 2 mana, Jackpot, Sackett Sapper, Spy Mistress, which is a pretty darn good aggro minion, and Crazed Alchemist without a buff is kind of insane to me. The card wasn't even good when it came out. It saw a little bit of play in Odd Rogue, but overall, pretty surprised it didn't buff that one up. So Rogue definitely losing in that core set transition, I would say, but you just lose Shadowstep, you're going to be losing for sure. Shaman will be losing Menacing Nimbus, Flame Tongue Totem, Feral Spirit, which I think might be a first as well for the class, a March Spawn, Jinyu, Water Speaker, Alakir also leaving, which I believe is a first. So that's pretty impactful. What are they gaining? They're actually gaining a couple new cards as well as a buff. We have the Hammer of Twilight, Healing Rain, which has always been a pretty good healing option that will see play. Glaciate's pretty terrible. Totem Golem, always a decent card. A brand new legendary in Rhaegar Earth Fury, a 5 mana 3/5 minion. After this or an adjacent minion attacks, you get a lightning bolt. So you play this, you got 2 minions on the board, the attack, you get 2 lightning bolts. Maybe you have a bunch of tokens and you trade, right? Could do that. You could get like a bunch of lightning bolts. This doesn't die, you get more. That could be a ton of burn. And I'm not going to sleep on a ton of burn in Shaman, especially they can be very tokeny at times, and maybe we'll see some token strategies in the future for it. I'll give this like a 3 out of 5. Like it is a 3/5 itself, so I'll give it 3 out of 5 in standard. I could see that happening in Wildbrave, like schooling, maybe even there that could see some play, but probably too slow for the format, so I'll give it a 2. But that's a potentially pretty good card. And we have the Witch's Apprentice. It's from 1 mana to 0 mana, which we'll note we don't have a 0 drop in standard outside of this unless we get something in the next expansion, because yeah, Wisp is leaving, which is pretty surprising, and also possibly a nerf to Elise preemptively. We have the enhanced Dreadlord, Dark Alley Pact, Demonic Studies, Despicable Dreadlord, and the biggest one, the Solarium, leaving for Warlock. That is really big for like just every Warlock deck runs it. It's just such a good card, and the quest that doesn't really see play anymore really like that as well. They are getting Twisting Netherback Void Lord. Oh boy, Gnome Feratu gonna be milling again. Rift Cleaver and Arch Witch Willow, which can cheat out Void Caller or Void Lord and all that. So we'll see if that's relevant in today's game. But a decent core set edition, I would think, for Warlock there. Warrior gets hit huge. This is a big changer for Warrior. Besides just Brawl, they lose Cargo Guard, not a big deal. War Axe hasn't been relevant in a long time. Brawl, but they also lose Shield Slam, right? They do have that 3 mana Shield Slam, so maybe that'll take its spot. But yeah, it is gone. And Heavy Plate, which doesn't see a ton of play, but has been relevant here and there. What are they gaining as a result? Well, Ironforge Portal, Sky Raider, Detonation Juggernaut, Warmaul Challenger, and Bladed Gauntlet, which Mark might be able to do some combos with, because as you'll see, the neutral set, this could be lethal, as we'll see. Speaking of the neutrals, what are we losing? What are we gaining? We are losing Cobalt Geomancer, Youthful Brewmaster. We have no bounce effects as of now, right? Step, Brew are gone. I guess there's still Waggle Pick, I think, still available, and Web of Deception. There's still some bounce for Rogue, but no neutral bounce that I can think of. Nerubian Egg, Nomelia, which definitely sees play, Menagerie Jug, Cornelius Ram, Vicious Slither Spear, Fulpira Scoundrel, and thankfully, we're no longer going to get trolled by Octosari. It rotates, Wisp leaves, so again, no neutral 0 drop for now. Maybe the next set will have one, but no neutral 0 drop to activate Elise, right? It's a pretty big deal. And Ragnaros, pretty iconic card leaving. What are we getting in this core set for the neutral package? We're getting a Merch Seller, Micro Machine, Witchwood Grizzly, Swamp Leech, Lake Thresher, ew, Small Time Buccaneer, that's gross, Imprisoned Vile Fiend, Key Master, Alabaster. We're getting Brightwing for 2 mana. Can Zeph handle that in Wild? I don't know. Avatar of Hearthstone goes from the event set to right to core. It's not leaving. And most importantly, lastly, Sorry returns to Hearthstone. Mayor Noggenfogger, who, if you emote, can get the Sorry emote, returns, and with some of those Infinity cards, could lead to some lethals, right? The Paladin Infinity weapon, or again, like I mentioned, a Bladed Gauntlet with a ton of armor. It could possibly go face with a Mayor Noggenfogger. So this is a very, very large change of scene for the core set. And just to recap, these are the cards that are being updated in case I missed one. Where, yeah, Wrathspike Brute gets 3 attack. We talked about Halaziel, Omega Buff, Deep Freeze at 7 mana. Shaku actually had its text changed. Whenever this attacks, add a card from another class to your hand. So if it's a Rogue Mirror, you'll no longer get another Rogue card. And yeah, Witch's Apprentice goes to 0, Brightwing to 2, and Curator functionally is the exact same. It just no longer says draw these from your deck, because that's just redundant, right? So just streamlining the text. So there you go. That is the core set. I will do a video tomorrow on the most impactful cards coming and leaving from this core set as I kind of digest. It's a lot of information, and I'd love to hear your guys' take on it. But I'm very happy, obviously, that they are looking to shake things up with the core set. That, yeah, Rogue isn't just about prep and step in every deck. Control Warrior isn't just about Brawl. Triple Blood isn't just about Vampiric Blood. Corpse Explosion, Shield Slam leaving. A lot of major staples leaving, and I think that really helps freshen up the game And as I've been saying forever, maybe they can make a good 2-mana Battlecry minion for Rogue, or combo minion for Rogue again, or neutrals don't have to be destroyed for that, right? Like, they have to balance so hard around that card, they don't have to anymore. So Wild, oh boy, will be interesting once they start exploring that design space, because yeah, Shadowstep will be there and will be very prevalent, although not that prevalent at the moment. Anyways, let me know what you think about the core set. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.